time. We got a couple of great sessions in before these two were ever even item. But with time, I started hearing about developing love interest there of sorts between the two of you. But it took a good year or so before that actually materialized in the form of a relationship. People in relationships have different ways of defining what marks the beginning of a relationship. Is it, it's a certain date? It could be a certain, event or something. I don't actually know when your anniversary is. I won't forget your wedding because I'm here right now. But what I'm getting to that. So my definition, my recollection of the time you got together was when I, by complete coincidence, accidentally caught a glimpse of your first kiss and I think ruined it in the process. I remember it very well because it was a hot summer night, peak of summer, and I was running home at 1 a.m. in my flip-flops like there was no tomorrow. I had just, I'd been grounded recently, and this is my first night of liberty, so I had to make it back, right on time before my newly negotiated curfew. Mind you, I was 15 at the time, so different kinds of negotiations these days, but it must have been 12:59, so I had 1 minute to get into the house, get into the building that we lived in, run up the stairs, check in with my parents, let them know that I was in fact home, that everything was cool. No easy task. So as I'm running from across the street, turbocharging into the gates of the building we live in, and screaming with help, "Oh my God, I am so screwed!" I remember catching a glimpse in my peripheral vision of what looked like Bart going in for a kiss with my sister. And screwed as I was at the time, I remember thinking to myself, "Dude, look at that! They're together now. Awesome, Tom." So who'd have thought that all these years later I'd be here sharing the story with the people that matter the most to them in their lives? I honestly did at the time. From the moment Bart appeared in your life, in our lives, I knew he would be some fleeting character, and that you would be together for years to come. And I'm sure, the years to come, it's been a long time, right? You're gonna hear it again and again. It's only taken you 16 years to get to this point. What was I saying? Sorry. Exactly. 16 years. Oh, exactly. In that time, I feel like I've had, 5 or 6 different lives. Really, so many different lives. And that's not to say that you haven't had different lives too, or chapters of your life. Of course you've had them, but you've had them all alongside each other. You've stood by each other, celebrating your biggest personal, professional milestones, and harder times been there for each other as well. And I'm super excited, to be here as your man of honor, I believe, to be able to to see in this new chapter with both of you. So, congrats on making it this far, for putting up with each other in spite of your unique idiosyncrasies. Hats off to you for putting up with someone who likes a sense of control and planning as much as my sister, as exemplified by the fact that of the transportation officers that were hired and highly trained that got us to this beautiful venue, and by her tendency to send out a Google Calendar invite for literally anything in life. Impromptu coffee, to throwing out the trash. If it's meant to be spontaneous in nature, or is it all dull? Expect your calendar to be blocked out for the rest of your life, pal. And Curls, well done for sticking it out with someone who, I need to actually list because I made a list, who's sticking it out with someone whose A to Z of foods he won't touch include fish, lamb, tortilla chips, avocados, Mexican food, right? Mushrooms, juicy pork, the vegan option, coffee. And I'll stop there, because this could go on for a while. So in the absence of glasses in our hands, I'd like to say congratulations to both of you. I love both of you. And how about a round of applause for the newlyweds?
Hey! Absolutely smashed that speech. Fuck. What a hero.
Good, yeah.
A little bit, so I'm trying to keep it brief.
Tough act to follow.
I have not prepared anything. I chose to, apparently this is the second child thing. I decided to speak English, even though some of you speak only Polish. This is addressed to the two of you, so I figured